Hey there, guys! Welcome to the first episode of Learn This Deck. And of course, we're going to start off with the very first card from this gorgeously gorgeous deck called the Dreaming Way Tarot. And of course, we're going to start off with the Major Arcana because that's how we roll. And the very first card, obviously, is the Fool card. And this is a picture of my journal page where I wrote about stuff. And so let's go through what I wrote about. So we form the card story, right? First thing, we look at the environment. And in the environment, we see it's very cloudy, it's misty, it's a foggy sky. So, the way I see it, things aren't very clear yet for him. And then there's the sun in the sky, which is bright orange and swirly. So for me, I felt that okay, the clarity is slowly emerging, and I like the sun so much. It's so cute, right? So I tried to make a drawing of it in there. Of course, I'm not an artistic person by any means, I suppose. I appreciate art, but I don't think my drawing skills are really up to par. But hey, it's my journal, that's how it looks like. And then if you see all those arrows running up and down, that's right, I goofed up. So when I was writing about the symbols in the deck, I realized, oops, we've got a bunch of symbols which were already in the environment, and of course there's one from the person, so I drew all those arrows. So again, to continue with our exploration of the environment, we have the dog there, who to me looked like a pet and companion and a friend on that journey of his. And the way he's standing at the edge of the cliff, it looks to me anyhow that he needs to make a big decision, and it could be one of those make or break, life changing sort of decisions or places in his life. And if you notice behind his one leg, you will see like these very cute tiny flowers. Those are also pretty enough for me to sort of draw on the next page of my journal. I did that. And those flowers, to me, for a very tiny second, I felt, oh, he has a clear purpose, but very tiny. But then they also look like small joys, they're blooming, but they represented this very small joys in life. And then now let's look at the person. He looks pretty well dressed there, you know. He's got this very interesting cap thing on his head, but if you look through the deck, you'll realize that, this sort of headgear pops up often. So it's maybe part of the deck theme or motif in terms of the artwork. So I'm not necessarily going to ascribe any meaning, or I don't really feel that it has a very specific meaning, except that it just goes with the artwork and the theme of the deck. All right. But the main thing that I noticed when I looked at this card was that he's got hands in his pocket. And to me, that meant that he's got a bunch of stuff that he's hidden away. He's not necessarily revealing what he's got in his hand. He's not showing his hand. It's one of those uh, card game things. The phrase, you don't show your hand, that sort of thing. And he's definitely got a very contemplative look on his face. He's thinking, he's wondering, maybe he's making all sorts of plans. And again, from the symbol section, he's got a bag on his back. Now, if you compare that with a bag that the Fool from, say, the Rider Waite or the Universal Weight has, this bag to me looks like it's more packed and more stuffed with things. So I suddenly felt that okay, he looks like he's prepared already with all sorts of supplies for his journey. So he has that sense. He maybe anticipated that okay, I will need this and this and this, and so he's put all of that in readiness for his journey. Of course, traditionally that also means hidden talents and skills, but this thing for me, it meant a lot more than that. And then, of course, you read through, the description in the LWB, and these are the words that sort of stood out for me. Grown up enough, strike out, new path of your own making, continue to grow, baby from womb, recapturing innocence, and doing the unexpected. So, based on all of this and looking at the card image and everything, I came up with these sort of keywords or key phrases really for the Fool card. Upright, it looks to me like he's following an unclear idea to its conclusion. He probably has a bunch of creative pursuits in his mind and he's striking out to pursue them. And he is very much prepared for a big make or break sort of change in his life. And of course, when you reverse the card, these are the key phrases that popped into my mind. First, that he is unable to now follow through on whatever ideas he's been having in his head, because maybe the idea doesn't necessarily inspire any forward movement for him. He doesn't feel, all charged up really. He's like, okay, maybe, that sort of a thing. And he is definitely very hesitant because maybe the prospects are unclear and that is maybe preventing him from moving forward. So, based on all of this, the story that I wrote for this card, very short, is, this is the words that I put myself in his place. And this is an idea that one of, when I was selling my book on my site, one of the people who bought it, a guy called Charles, I believe, he has inspired me to do this. So, because that's what he said he did when he was writing his card stories. So I'm going to do that. Thank you, Charles. So I'm going to place myself there in the position of, the person in the card, and I'm going to write the story. At least this is what I did for this card. I don't know what I'm going to do for the other card, so don't hold me to it. What am I thinking of? What am I afraid of? I don't care if I fail. I feel this strong urge in my soul and I must pursue it. I'm taking this leap. I've prepared for it and I am ready for it. That's the story that came in my head. But hey, your keywords, your story could be totally different. So go for it, share it online, take a picture of your journal, take a picture of the card, and put your story out there, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And when you do that, just use these hashtags, hashtag learn this deck, hashtag the fool, because that's the card for today, hashtag dreaming with tarot, and hashtag tarotically speaking. With these 4 cards, I'm going to maybe at the end of the day or maybe tomorrow morning run a quick search so we can find each other and then we can, share all our thoughts and our interpretations with each other. All right, I hope you like this episode and stay tuned for the next card that will come up tomorrow, and see you tomorrow. Bye now.